flip. Are you freaking kidding me?
I don't care.
Oh my God,
I don't
get out of
care.
here.
This actually was almost an instant classic. Lines were around the.
How is this a classic?
Would you let me talk?
Who refers
I want
to
to tell
this?
you. Let
Nobody
me
refers to
tell
this
you
movie.
why I say you asked me and you won't let me answer.
Can't.
Okay.
Before we start our episode, I want to give thanks to the City of Elizabeth and especially Mayor Christian BOLLWAGE.
As well you should.
On behalf of the Reel Watchlist Plus and Bold Media Films, we want to give a heartfelt thanks to the Mayor and the City of Elizabeth for allowing us to film this episode in a stunning, historic Elizabeth City chambers. Your support gave us the perfect backdrop, adding depth and authenticity to our production. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Mayor, for preserving such a gem and sharing it with us. Stay tuned. There's more to come on the Reel Watchlist Plus. Randy Quaid.
Oh, he's so great. I loved Randy Quaid.
And he's not really well known. He's like kind of the guy, like you see him, you're like, oh, that's that guy.
Well,
And
they
don't
know him
necessarily
from
remember.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I mean, it's on 1,000 times a day at Christmas time.
He was captured by aliens. He was in the Air Force. Gets captured by aliens, but no one believes him.
Right.
And he's kind of like depressed and alcoholic. His kids are like.
He lives in a trailer home.
Fast forward, military resources have been destroyed worldwide, and there's only a few left in this particular area, in Area 51. The whole premise of the movie is they discover that in order to defeat the enemy, Jeff Goldblum, in his role as David Levinson, has a conversation with his father. His father's like, you gotta catch a cold. You gotta put something on, you gotta catch a cold. And then light goes off, light bulb goes off. And it's like, wait a minute, a virus. We could defeat the aliens by planting a virus in their system, because even though they look different, they look more powerful, they have weaknesses.
Right,
And they're like us.
That's been used in other films too, but that's okay. They can borrow, because how are you going to kill this giant ship with the technology? And they did it in War of the Worlds. They did it in like Day of the Triffids. They did it in a lot of sci-fi movies where something that's human, akin to the human race, is something that will kill another, species.
Right.
And that's what happens with everything. Look at COVID,
So what they have to do is, fighter pilots are all trying to fly towards the mothership. The president's now flying the plane. He's a hero. Randy Quaid, as he's flying, he's now setting off the rocket. It's jammed. It doesn't release. So he knows the only way that he can destroy the mothership is to fly kamikaze.
He sacrifices himself, and of course it makes him proud with his kids, because his kids are always like taking care of him because he was a drunk. Judd Hirsch is a big thing. That plays Jeff Goldblum's father. Everybody knows him from Taxi.
Yeah.
He was a big thing. He's a really good part in it, and this is another film for being an intermediary. Because they're all intermediaries of each other when you come right down to it. They have the spaceship, they have all these subplots, which are good subplots. They're not bad subplots. I know you have this thing with her being a stripper. I don't know why. It's a legit job. You make good money.
Can they make her a school teacher, even a librarian or something? They gotta make her a stripper to make it realistic.
No, because they make it like that whole scene with her and the president's
Kind of degrading,
wife.
if you ask me.
Would you stop? And anyway, and they're all intermediaries for the final scene where, they are the conduits between the beginning and the end. They're intermediaries. All these people are intermediaries. Judd Hirsch is an intermediary with his son. It gives him an idea for the virus. Bill Pullman is the intermediary for the American people. Jeff Goldblum, we're getting tired, is the one who decides what this might be. But it's done in an intellectual way. I mean, it's not done like stupid. And it is a summer picture.
I never said stupid.
You gotta get it through your head. These summer
stereotypical.
pictures were
I said
very important.
Get the words right.
We don't have
Stereotypical.
summer pictures anymore. This was the last big.
Doesn't mean it deserves a 10.
This is when people went to the movies and came out with a glow and said, I got to see it again and I got to tell everybody about it. When did that happen last time? Give me one picture.
Does anyone talk about it now?
Well, they do it like with Deadpool and stuff, but it's like
yeah, when
different.
something is like, okay, in the summer beach parties, and let's play some.
No,
summer
you're all
movie.
crazy. But as far as Randy Quaid goes, he like wigged out, crazy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he got crazy. His wife kind of took him down the pipe.
Mm-hmm.
She spent all his money. He lost his houses. She convinced him that people in America were after him, and some force, the government was after him. They fled to Canada. He kind of lost his marbles. They just actually came back, and he just got a part recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Randy Quaid, and I always forget that Dennis is his brother.
Yeah.
And Dennis
Because they don't look alike.
They don't look alike, and Dennis is very conservative, and Randy was always off the deep end, like one of those crazies. But it lent to his, he owed, he was banned from the Actors Equity for life. He can't ever get back into the union.
I didn't know that.
And they fined him $81,000 as well. And another one I got to mention before you interrupt me is Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich, who are great producers, fantastic, the blockbusters of the 90s. The way they introduced these characters was very clever. They all have a little story. They all interweave. I don't think it's hokey at all. I think it's rousing. And I think...
Arousing?
Rousing. No A on it.
okay.
Rousing. And they could rousing, R-O-U-S-I-N-G. And the way they blow up the Empire State Building, and everybody's up there like, oh, we want to be your friend. We want... I mean, those special effects were incredible, and they should use more miniatures with CGI because it looks better. What?
Would you give Star Wars a 10? Would you give Star Wars a 10?
Yeah,
so you put this on par
now
with Star
don't
Wars.
kill me. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but it's a 10.
See, I can't compare.
It's a 10.
I think Star Wars set the stage. I think that.
Of course it did.
And
It
Independence Day
did
has to be less
it
than
set
that.
the standard. I am not disagreeing with you. Just because this is a 10 doesn't mean I'm going to make Star Wars 4. It's a 10, all right? It's a 10. Not all the Star Wars films are a 10.
No, I didn't
the
say
first
that.
one was.
I didn't say that.
It was innovative. And actually, I saw the trailer for Star Wars in the theater. And people were laughing when they had the words going like this. People thought it was a comedy. They didn't get it until they saw the movie.
I also like the scene where the president confronts the alien that they captured. They're trying to communicate, and
when he goes up to the glass.
Yeah, he goes up to the glass, and they're communicating telepathically. And the glass is kind of protecting the alien from attacking. Say to the alien, he doesn't want to nuke because he doesn't want to use. He already did in Houston, and basically destroyed the city. And didn't even hurt the mothership. The shields protected it.
Right, it has a force field.
He's like trying to compromise, and the alien's like, no peace. And what do you want? Die. I mean, I love the way they just did that. And then all of a sudden, nuke them. Let's go. Let's go get them.
And then if you really listen to the script and you listen to the dialogue, there's really no extraneous dialogue. Another thing they did was very clever, and they did this in Close Encounters of the Third Kind as well. They showed all around the world what was happening. And that was good because you say, oh, it's racist, the guy and the Asian guy. No, actually.
I didn't say racist. I said
what did you say?
Stereotypical.
Oh, it's stereotypical.
So if you get a nerd, you got to have an Asian because that's the nerd.
But do you know how many people that are of as high intelligence work in fields like that?
High intelligence.
Well, because they study. I mean, oh God, you're putting me in a hole that I don't want to be in. But there's no reason that I don't think it's stereotyped.
Now it's time for Joe's Thing. Deb, are you ready? I'm going to test your knowledge.
Yeah, and I love it at 10, so I'm going to get it wrong, and I look like a jerk.
Here we go. Before Will Smith's acting career, we talked about Will Smith. He was well known as the rapper Fresh Prince with DJ Jazzy Jeff. Name 5 of his songs.
I didn't even know that he was a rapper. So how can I name 5 songs?
Come on, don't you go to
My hair's
weddings?
too
I mean, over the
long,
last 20
and
years.
I can't see the drink in front of me. Is that them?
If you've been to someone's wedding within the last maybe 20 years.
I have. I've been to them.
You had to, that's like
Sing
playing
it
YMCA.
to me.
Or
Well, how's it go?
Getting jiggy with it?
Yeah.
Can we hear that? Getting jiggy with it. No. Jiggy with it.
I don't go to those kind of weddings, I guess. I don't know. All right, well, I really missed out on life.
in
I have
Black?
to catch up.
He did the theme song to Men in Black, the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Wild Wild West. He did
Okay.
that. Wild Wild West.
He did,
Summertime.
did he? Summertime and the chicken is greasy.
Summertime.
Summertime.
Well, since Debbie failed miserably on
I
that
failed
question,
every
audience, I'm going to
political
give you
thing.
one
Everyone.
that I'm sure you'll know.
All right.
The studio wanted a white Stephen Hiller, And they considered Tom Cruise, Johnny Depp, and others. The filmmakers insisted that the role go to an African American. As we know it, it was Will Smith. But they also had a backup. Who was the backup? Hint. I'm Gumby, dammit.
A man against the forces of an alien nature. So all these pictures, and there's some good ones that I don't want to hear a peep out of you. You got to be quiet, even though you have giant ears. Number 1, The Day After Tomorrow from 2004. Jack Hall, played by Dennis Quaid, Randy's brother, paleoclimatologist, say that 4 times, must make a daring trek from Washington, D.C. to New York City to reach his son, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, who I love too, trapped in the crosshairs of a sudden international storm which plunges the planet into a new ice age. Another one of those big summer pictures. Deep Impact from 1998. A comet is discovered. You're almost as bad as March of the Wooden Soldiers, where you were mean to me.
I infiltrated your brain. I brainwashed. I did the Manchurian Candidate into your brain.
I cried in the bathroom for 20 minutes, and then I had to recover. Then I beat you.
Every time you watch it, you think of the little actors.
Let me get back to Deep Impact 1998. A comet is discovered to be on a collision course with Earth. As doomsday nears, the human race prepares for the worst. It came out at the same time as Armageddon, but Deep Impact is a far superior movie. Number 3, The Thing from Another World, 1951. One of my favorites. I took a course on it about sci-fi, directed by the phenomenal director Howard Hawks. A super fantastic class act that he was. Scientists and the American Air Force fend off a bloodthirsty alien organism while at a remote Arctic outpost. 2 other remakes, one by John Carpenter in 1982, which has a huge following as well, and another decent remake, which people haven't seen, in 2011, which I did like, but this is the classic that spawned the rest. It's on every Halloween. It's on a lot, Turner. The War of the Worlds, the original from 1953, about a small town in California attacked by Martians, beginning a worldwide virus, which has an incredible, simple solution. And number 5, Starship Troopers, from 1997. Humans in a fascist militaristic future waged war with giant alien bugs. It had an NC-17 rating, and I must say, as a bad parent, I snuck Derek and all his friends in to it when they were younger. But
and you let them watch the butt shots.
That it's okay, because it's a dystopian sci-fi, and because I'm a critic and I did the theaters and they knew me, they didn't say a word. They let me in. Okay,
Deborah.
Why should you watch this? Now listen up. When summer films were grand and anticipated, a perfect mix of action, humor, and drama, human stories amidst the chaos with completely fleshed out, well-cast characters, don't cover those ears, probably one of the greatest 4th of July patriotic speeches that brings welling tears to your eyes every time I watch it, and the memorable quotable lines from the picture, "Welcome to Earth," and today we celebrate our Independence Day. It left a lasting cultural impact in America, I don't care, a winning formula with technical achievement, charismatic performances, patriotic themes, cementing it as a classic almost from its first screening.
Oh, are you done yet?
I rest my case.
Yeah, bury it. So, while I think it's an entertaining movie, it's a fun movie. It's a great summer holiday movie to get the friends, get the big screen out in your backyard and watch it with a group of friends. Have your Cinesip rocket pop shots while you're enjoying the film. It's not a classic. To me, if I'm going to rate a classic, it's going to be a 9 or 10. This is an 8, so it earns the right to be an entertaining movie, a recommended movie to watch. Does it achieve classic status? To me, no.
But you've rated other movies as 8s, and you said they were classics.
You just got to
Yeah, but
continue.
I'm
I'm ready
counting
to
on
make
that.
it end. You ready for my final line?
Yes.
Okay. Come on, Deb. It's time to get back to the mothership and go back to a time forgotten. But after that, where do we go from there?
Joe, I want to go back.
I'm all ears, Deb. I'm all ears.
Okay, there you go. I want to go back to a time when movies were great and everybody loved them. And there were lines around the theaters. And they stayed in theaters for a couple of months. Damnable on this streaming stuff. I do like screening. I do streaming. But I like the old movie times, too. So when we go, we never know where we're going. But we're going to have some more themes coming up. And we never know till we're going until we go there. And your album is upside down, the cover. See, that's how so you 10.
Wiki, 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 wiki. I used to be a DJ, baby. Wiki, wiki, wiki.
I would kill you, Joe. You do not like Independence
Check out a rap,
Day as a
folks.
10.
Check out the rap. I didn't get it in. Check out the rap.